Hi, this is Julie Harland, and I'm your Math Gal. Please visit my website at yourmathgal.com, where you could search for any of my videos organized by topic. We're going to learn how to round whole numbers in this video. You already have to have an understanding of place value. So I've shown the first few place values here, the ones, tens, hundreds. Remember, they come in groupings of 3, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, etc. as you go to the left. So let's try this problem. Round 15,637 to the nearest thousand. Well, what this is saying is like, well, if we know where 15,000 is, right? This is going to be bigger than that, right? 15,637. And then the next thousand up would be 16,000. And when we say we're rounding, we're trying to figure out which it's closer to. So hopefully you realize if this was on a number line, it would be closest to 16,000. In fact, that will be the answer to this problem. Now, sometimes it's directly in the middle. If it's directly in the middle, we always round up. We go to the next value up. Okay, so how could we do this? What's a method for doing this? Well, I'm going to write this number 15,637. Okay, so here's what you do. So if you're going to the nearest thousand, what I do is I underline up to the thousands place, okay, and nothing after. The question is if I'm going to keep that 15,000 or I'm going to go up to 16,000. And what we do is we looked at the number, the digit to the right of the thousands place. So I decide that if it's 5 or higher, I add 1 to this number that I've underlined. Okay, so if the digit to the right is 5 or higher, I round up. So this becomes 16. And the digit you circle here, in other words, to the right of the place value you are rounding to, that and the rest of the digits become zeros. So we get 16,000. So let's try that again. So let's take this same number and let's round it to the nearest hundred. Okay, so if I write this number down, 1, 5, 6, 3, 7. Okay, so here's the hundreds place, the 6. So I underline up into the hundreds place. The other digits are going to end up being 0 in your answer, basically. But I look at this digit to decide whether I keep this 156 or add 1 to it. Okay, so since it's a 3, less than 5, I keep it the same. So this rounds to 15,600. Now, it sounds funny. We're rounding to the nearest hundred. What the real question is, how many hundreds is that close to? It's close to, sounds funny, but 156 hundreds. Okay, that's really how you could see that number, although we actually read it as 15,600. So the circled number, right? The circled number, if it's a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, we keep it the same. Okay, if it's a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, we add 1 to that place value, whatever it happens to be. All right, let's try this one. Round 289,652 to the nearest thousand. Okay, so I'm going to write 289,652. And I'm going to the nearest thousand, so this is the number. The question is, am I going to keep that at 289 or add 1, which will be at 290? And it depends on the digit to the right. So since that is 5 or bigger, we round up. Remember, these stay zeros, so those become zeros, and rounding up means you add 1. So be careful that you don't put a 0 and write 280. You're actually adding 1 to 289. So that's 290,000. Now this looks like you rounded it to the nearest 10,000, doesn't it? You can't really tell which I rounded to. But if you rounded it to the nearest 10,000, you would also get 290,000. All right, here's another one. Round 4,682 to the nearest 10. Okay, I'm just going to underline it right here. The tens place is the 8, right? So The question is, am I going to keep it 468 or is it going to go to 469? And it depends on that digit right there. Okay, that digit that you circle and anything after would be the 0. Since it's a 2, I keep it the same. So we have 468. That's sort of like saying you only have a bunch of $10 bills and you owe somebody 4,682 and you're just going to get close. I'm only going to give them 468 $10 bills. You could think about it that way. All right, try this one on your own. Round 5,292 to the nearest hundred. All right, we have to find the hundreds place. It's this 2 right here, right? Okay, so the numbers after that will be replaced with zeros, right? Those will be zeros. And the question is, do I keep it 52 or do I add 1? Since this next digit's a 9, I add 1, so I get 53. So I've rounded to the nearest hundred. All right, try this one. Round 82,561,428 to the nearest million. Okay, so the millions place is this 2 right here, so I underline those. The question is that going to stay 82 or is it going to round up to 83? We look at the next digit. Remember, if it's a 5 or more, it rounds up. So this will become 83, and then all the rest of these 6 digits become zeros. Having trouble with my pen today. Okay, well that's a good one to end on, so hopefully now you understand how to round whole numbers. Please visit my website at yourmathgal.com where you can view all of my videos which are organized by topic.